What's going on YouTube? JHUborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. In this video, we're going to be talking about Batman Detective Comics issue number 1074. That's right after a quick couple-month hiatus. Detective Comics is officially back, not the Night Terror stuff. We're once again continuing this whole Ram V run, if you will, on this particular series. Now, I think this is what, like 15 issues into this run, and it feels like we're getting closer to the climax of this particular storyline with the Azmers and the Orkhams and all that other stuff, but it's still going on. There's a lot of it that doesn't fully make so much sense. It feels like we're kind of like doing some of the same stuff we've been doing in some other Batman events, like Batman this time is possessed by an Azmer demon. My goodness, Batman has been possessed, or his mind and body has been taken over by so many different characters within the past year. I feel like you could have like a full-blown sitcom of all the different characters that have like possessed Batman's mind / body. I mean, think about it. We have the Azmer demon here. You have Barbatos. You have Zurana. You have Neza. Am I missing somebody? Deadman. Like even like Insomnia at one point had some sort of control over his mind. Well, not really. That's kind of the nightmare thing they have to do. But like I said, he has like some sort of like aura over his mind. Like I said, you could make a whole like sitcom of all the different characters that have possessed Batman's mind and body this past year, and that's just kind of crazy to think about. I feel like we've kind of seen Batman possessed or going through some of the same stuff like multiple times already. This one feels like it should have fit very well within Night Terrors with the stuff that Batman's going through with this Azmer demon taking over. Like I said, the artwork, this one's written by Ram V with Dustin Nguyen doing the artwork. So the last issue of Detective Comics, Batman was possessed by the Azmer, but you also have kind of Barbatos like in his head too, like trying to like still fight for control and all that. I don't know if Zurana is doing during this time. Maybe he's already taken care of. I guess this is set after the Gotham War stuff, so maybe he already kind of took care of Zurana for good. But like I said, Batman's mind has been very, very busy this past year between all the different things trying to take over it. And they have another detective who's kind of on the case, if you will, Montoya as well. But like I said, just a bunch of nightmare dream sequence kind of stuff going on in this thing. Batman, like Barbatos kind of guiding Batman, if you will, to try and get out of the situation. You have the Orkham family trying to go after Batman. You have flashbacks to the circus and all that other stuff. Like he ends up in Crime Alley at one point, and even then, like one of the detectives is like, wait a minute, like isn't that the place where like Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne were killed? Maybe coming to the realization that he knows that Bruce Wayne is going to be Batman or something, but it is what it is, I suppose. Then in the backup storyline, I didn't even like want to make any sense of it. So Hayden Sherman was the artist and Dan Waters is the writer, and this is him writing Ten-Eyed Man again. So if you read Arkham City Order of the World, I mean, I covered that comic book like a long time ago. A lot of it's so disjointed, it doesn't really make much sense, and that's pretty much this whole thing. Like, I don't know why this Ten-Eyed Man storyline is here. Does it really add up much in terms of Gotham or anything like that? It's just Ten-Eyed Man speaking some gobbledygook about Gotham, and then he kind of confronts Montoya, he touches her head, and then he just disappears out of a cell to kind of go off and talk other more random nonsense, if you will. So yeah, it's just like, well, what was the point of that backup? I don't know. I'm not going to really try to make much sense of it because it's Dan Waters writing Ten-Eyed Man. If you've read Arkham City Order of the World, you know it's kind of like disjointed and all over the place and doesn't really make too much sense of anything, but it is what it is, I suppose. So yeah, in terms of this issue, like I said, maybe if we didn't get all the Batman mind possession stuff, and if we didn't just come off Night Terrors kind of going through like this whole nightmare thing, then it probably wouldn't feel as like repetitive. But again, we had a 2-month break with Night Terrors, and it's like Batman going through his demons, and then you have possession and all that stuff. I feel like I've seen it so many times this past year that this time around I'm just like, I don't know, like I'm a little bit tired of the whole like Batman possessed stuff because I've seen it so many times this year. Between, like I said, with Neza and like you have Night Terrors, and like I said, there's a little bit of a difference between that where like, you know, this whole nightmare state and all that. But like I said, with Zurana also taking over his mind going on at the same time, it's very busy real estate within Batman's head. And again, like it feels like this storyline right here is kind of dragging along. I mean, we're what, 15 issues into this run, we're still on the same story arc. But hey, I'll give it this compared to say something like in the Nightwing run, which started out with a Heartless storyline, then kind of like drops it and works on something else. At least this one's been one long story, continuous story with Batman and the Orkhams and all that, and at least it hasn't like taken any major side detours, unless you count Night Terrors. But like this one like picks up after the previous issue of Detective Comics, so at least it's kind of focused with the Orkham family and that still in that one singular storyline instead of taking 100 different detours. So like at least that's been at the focal point of it, so I'll give it that. But it just feels like the storyline's dragging on for a very, very long time at this point. And again, maybe it'll read better in a big, huge trade with all the comic books within this particular run combined together. Maybe that's what I'm going to need to do when it's all done, so I can kind of read it continuously. But like kind of the month-to-month break, if you will, it feels like the storyline's going on forever. And in all honesty, it hasn't been like amazing. It's not been terrible, but it's not been anything I like want to go back and reread per se, because it's not been, well, incredible. And like the artwork this time around, I kind of prefer the previous artist who was working on Detective Comics as opposed to this Dustin Nguyen style artwork, which isn't so bad, but I just think like the other artwork looked a little bit better. But hey, it is what it is, I suppose. All things considered, like this is an issue I don't know, like it was just not like the greatest, I should say, because like I said, it's just Batman possessed. Like you have him fighting against the control of the Azmer demon. Barbatos seems to kind of be like in the back of his head kind of doing this stuff. And then you have some other random stuff with the 10-eyed man, which didn't really need to be there. You can cut that thing out entirely, wouldn't miss a beat at all. And it's just not been all that really like exciting in terms of a Batman storyline. So is it better than what's going on in Gotham War? Yeah, I mean Gotham War hasn't been all that great, but like in terms of Detective Comics, I'm kind of just like hoping we kind of like move towards the ending of this Orcam story soon, because the Orcams haven't been all that exciting in terms of villains and all that. They want to kind of like mind control Gotham to kind of like reclaim control of it, because like they were owed it many years ago or whatever. I don't know, like is the Court of Owls doing something about this whole thing or whatnot? Because it just feels like we're kind of doing the same thing. But anyways, like I said, so I mean Gotham's been taken over so many times at this point, and I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of tired of it. I want something a little bit smaller, more character focused, and maybe that's what the Batman and Robin book's going to be for me. Like maybe that's the Batman comic book that I'm going to really want to enjoy. So I mean, like I said, the Ramsey stuff, there's nothing been downright awful or terrible about it. It just like not really been the most exciting right now in terms of like this Detective Comics story arc from where it's at right now. So, but hey, like that's my opinion on it. Maybe you feel a little bit differently on it, or maybe I'm just kind of in the minority here, but it is what it is, I suppose. I've probably said that 100 times in this video. But anyways, I've rambled on long enough. If you have any thoughts on Batman Detective Comics issue number 1074, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, all that other fun stuff. So today I also have Green Arrow, and then I will also have Tales of the Titans uploaded later on tonight. And so, yeah, look forward to all that stuff. All right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.